Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to be doing a stylized self-portrait and talking a bit about myself. I was really hesitant to do this because it feels hamish to make a video talking about myself, but other more successful YouTubers say to put yourself into your content a little bit more, and so far I haven't done that at all. Um, all of my content has been very devoid of any of my own personality. So this video is a little bit more of an attempt to kind of put the real me out there for my viewers, or what few viewers I have, so that they can have a little bit more flavor of who I am in my content. I apologize in advance if the audio of my voice isn't too great. It's late at night and my significant other is trying to sleep, but this is the only time of day that I can really get a chance to record usually because I work evenings, and my microphone is also not of the best quality, so I'm sorry, but I'll do the best I can with what I have to work with. I'll start out by saying that I am in my late 20s. I don't want to give an exact age because I would like to keep a little bit of my own privacy for safety reasons. But I'm in my late 20s, and I did mention safety reasons. I'll go ahead and go into that a little bit actually. Um, I have one sister, but my parents are I don't speak to my father. I'm from an abusive family, and my father is actually in prison, which is why I don't use photos of myself on social media or even use my real name. In fact, I try to give as little personal information about myself as possible because I really am trying to distance myself from anyone in my father's family. They're just really toxic people. Um, I don't really consider doing this little self-portrait to be too personal because of the fact that I'm drawing it and it's so cartoony. I feel like it's a little bit impersonal, so I'm okay with that. But I don't post pictures of myself on social media at all. Um, a few things about myself that I consider identify me a little bit are that I'm a gamer, a writer, and an artist. And those are really the three things in life that I enjoy doing the most. Video games are my big pastime. They're what I do to de-stress at the end of the day. Um, as far as my writing goes, I try to write stories, and it used to be one of my dreams to be a best-selling author like J.K. Rowling or something. But I kind of gave up on that for a long time. I've recently started trying to write again, and I've been thinking about trying to combine that with my art and maybe put little animated things that I write on YouTube with pictures that I drew to illustrate them. I don't know, that idea's not very developed yet, but we'll see if I go anywhere with it. And my art is what I'm currently pursuing on YouTube now, and I started out just by making a few speed paintings, and I was very inspired by some of the other artists that I follow to try to become an art YouTuber. So, this is my second video in my art vlog, and as I already stated, I'm really just trying to share of myself a little bit more instead of just saying something totally scripted that's completely impersonal. Being less impersonal is actually extremely challenging for me because I think that I stay detached as a defense mechanism, if you would, to protect myself. To elaborate a little bit more on the situation with my father, he is actually in prison for attempting to kill my mother several years ago, and I was subpoenaed to testify against him in court, and that hurt me at a very deep level because up until he attempted to harm my mother, I actually had a somewhat close relationship with him. Like, in the closest sense that you can have a relationship with an abusive person, he was still very emotional, verbally, and occasionally physically abusive, but I never really had a lot of friends outside of my family, so I was still very close to my father. So the entire ordeal just cut me very, very deeply. And since then, I the whole entire thing just made me withdraw from everything and everyone. I stopped drawing, I stopped writing, and I pulled away from pretty much everyone I knew and had to rebuild all of my friends and my social life from the ground up because I basically burned every bridge I had. And I was always very introverted to begin with, and just something in me snapped when that happened, and I became introverted to an extreme that I never had been before. And I think I may have done that to protect myself, or I just may have done that because I didn't know what else to do. I don't really know. It's not exactly an easy thing to talk about, and that's really all I'll say about that in this video. Just, I could make an entire video on that if I ever had it in me to do so and was ever brave enough to share that. But coming from that, after basically rebuilding my entire world from the ground up, I, a few years later, started drawing again. And YouTube is just a great platform to try to share your art and maybe become successful as an artist, which is, it's really cool because one of my other dream jobs used to be to do art in a video game studio. And of course, none of those studios exist where I live, and I don't possess the necessary education to be hired by any of them. And I went to college, I have a degree, and I took some art classes when I was in college, literally just for fun. But I don't possess the necessary degrees to work for those studios, and I don't have the level of skill that the people in those studios have, which that's actually something I struggle with in my own personal artistic journey, is the knowledge that I am not as good as some of the other artists out there, even just the artists that I follow, like not talking about artists who work in studios for Blizzard or um, LucasArts or something, like just art YouTubers that I follow or deviant art artists that have a big following, etc., etc., who these are just amazing artists, and I am just looking at them going, wow, I wish I was as good as you. I get a little bit demoralized sometimes by that and think, oh, hey, I'll never be successful because these people are so much better than me. There's no way that I could ever compete with that, but that's just something I struggle with, and I try to do the best I can. Anyways, so about this little self-portrait that I'm doing, I decided to do it in a very cartoony style just for fun. Also, it's not like anyone is going to go looking for pictures of me on the internet and, like, my father's family and find this little cartoony picture and be like, "Oh, hey, that's so and so. I recognize that." No, it's cartoony and they're not going to be looking for that. So that's why I feel safe doing this. But I'm still using a selfie of myself from summer 2018 as a reference. This was definitely me on a good day. I feel like this little portrait is a lot better looking than I am in real life. Um, I'm of Scandinavian ancestry, so my actual skin tone is usually really pale, and I'm usually up late at night, so I have dark rings around my eyes usually. But this was my actual skin tone at the time this photo was taken, after like a month or two spent in the sun playing Pokemon Go a lot. Like, this is me with a tan, man, and in a month it was gone. Like, I am white white, so this was as dark as I can get. My hair is actually that long. It is the one feature I have about myself that I'm the most proud of. Like, if I get a compliment on my appearance from somebody out in public, like at work or something, it's usually, "Oh, hey, your hair is awesome. How long did it take you to grow it out that long?" To which the answer is, I've been growing my hair for 4 years. It is down to the middle of my back. I'm very proud of my hair. The runner up is usually my eyes. I get an occasional compliment on my eyes. I think I have a very kind of unique complexion in that, I'm of Scandinavian ancestry. I've got some Scandinavian facial features, but I've got this long, almost black hair. It's not actually black, it's just a really dark brown, and fair skin and blue eyes. black hair, blue eyes, those don't usually go together, but whatever. Hey, that's the complexion that I have, and I like that about myself quite a bit. I don't think I have any other attractive features, but those are the two things I like about myself. Um, if you enjoyed this video, awesome, and in the future, I'll try to put myself into my content a little bit more and not sound so unsure of myself. I actually felt my confidence growing slowly just as I recorded this. I have a huge aversion to speaking unscripted or trying to be genuine on the internet. I feel like it's just this horrible unknown frontier, but I hope I gave you somewhat of an idea of who I am with this, and maybe I'll do a better job with my third episode of my art vlog. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.